This is Kugan Cassius for Eiffel TV in association with Mac the Knife Global. I'm joined by IBF heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua. How are you?
All good, mate. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. You've been away a long time?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. It's always good to step out the bubble.
That's it, wind down. That's the right word.
Yeah.
We're at the launch of BXR Gym. It's just looking around now. It's a fantastic facility and looks very upmarket. What can you just talk to me about your involvement with this gym, BXR?
Just come down here and train, really. It's open to the public. It's it's a flagship gym, you know, to kind of let people know what we're about, and then hopefully organically it grows and kind of launches out across London, because it's like when you go to America, you know about like Gleason's or Fish Street, Kronk Gym. So it'd be good to have one of these gyms that if any like fighters come over from America and they want to do a bit of training, or they're just on holiday, or anyone from across the world, hopefully this will turn into like a well-known gym like the American gyms.
So I'm talking about gyms, it's not a dying breed, but the old school gyms, which boxers tend to like, don't they? They tend to like going to, but this is a kind of a new take on things.
Yeah, I think it crosses over into the fitness market. Like, of course, when we're talking about grassroots, you know, it's hard because, you know, that's why I got a lot of time for my coaches and stuff that help me, and I never forget where I came from, because it's not a profitable business. Do you know what I mean? The amateur coaches do it for the love. So yeah, when I started off, it was a lot different. I still love that gritty grassroots. I come here more so for like my conditioning and if I want to have fun on the pads. But the people who want to get fit and do some cardio and the tide of just running or sitting on a bike, this is like based around like boxing classes, pad classes, aerobic classes, bike classes, and just ticks over a whole lot of different opportunities for people to get fit.
I'll have to, I don't know, if they could do me a discount, I'd come and sample it for a little while, but I have to speak to the men at the top. I know you're on a discount.
Me on a discount?
Yeah, when I say discount, I really mean free, but you know.
No.
It seems like a long time, like you just said, since that press conference you had with Klitschko.
Yeah. So it was like fought Saturday, press conference Wednesday, so it's kind of like all wrapped into one in 1 week really, and then we was off. But we'll see each other again, me and Klitschko, end of this month. We have a press conference in America.
Levels that is, isn't it? Moving it abroad.
Yeah, it's good, it is good though.
Yeah.
It's been bubbling.
Talk about the tickets since this fight was announced. Obviously half the batch went on sale, the second half went a week ago, and now they're sort of pushing for that extra 10,000, which will top it to 90.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't think that is?
No, it's good. It's good. I think when you're in the moment, you tend to like take it for granted as such. Not meaning ungrateful, but this is what's meant to happen. You know, whatever. But it is good though. It is good, and not only for me. And I always say is that people remember is that them 90,000 people who might not have watched boxing before or who do love boxing will always look in the market and then pick up other athletes that they like. They'll start tuning into their fight. So it's good for the whole market, I think, for sure. You know, 90,000 is big news, and it's big news for boxing. So everything like lifts up together.
I suppose what's good for boxing in this respect is those tickets have been sold purely on your name and Klitschko's name. There's no controversy. There's no, trash talking. It's just solely sold on your name and his name.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's true.
Because you look at Fox Groves, it was obviously massively weighted off the back of the first fight.
That was natural though.
It was a good, of course. But
I think maybe that's the key then, the naturalness, because me and Klitschko are just being who we are. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what people respect. And then even with Fox and Groves, even though it was a different type of build-up, they actually just didn't get along. So it's natural as well. So maybe like, as long as you are who you are in that certain situation, people will say, you know what, these are real people, and they're coming to fight regardless of how the press conference is. As long as they look and say, yeah, these are two genuine fighters, I think that's what captures the attention of the people.
Do you know what the biggest thing I've learned since your fight with Klitschko has been announced?
Make sure you get your tickets early.
Well, that, and I've got all these friends I never knew I had.
Yeah.
Goose! Tickets!
It's hard though, because as you said, like, you don't sell them directly. You can only direct them to places
Just
that they know.
tell them where to go, and you know,
it is hard. It is hard.
But you know, it's like with anything, you could have.
But you learn from it. If you can grab a batch next time, a couple thousand tickets or a couple hundred tickets, and you say, you know what, just for these people that do ours, I'll keep a few aside next time so I can look after friends and family.
Yeah, a little 5-10%. Yeah. Why not? I've got to eat as well, you know.
I'll speak to the people at the top.
You are at the top. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But you kind of you shut yourself off for the last month, more or less, haven't you? You've been out in Dubai, obviously.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me a little bit about what you've been doing out there.
Okay, I think like even when you're on holiday, it's part of training because you need to like rest up. Do you know what I mean? I'm training for like when you're training like 12-round fights, you need to rest. So I took time out with my fam, then I had some fun with my friends, and I've got friends out there as well. So I caught up with them. I've got family, so I ticked all them boxes. And then like I think this holiday was more about getting out of the bubble of the UK because it's easy to keep your head down. Like it's hard here, man. You know, like, there's such a well thought out system in the UK that keeps your head down in paperwork and books, and you're just stuck in work, so you can't even raise your head up and look around and appreciate what's in front of you. So it was nice to just get away and look up and see some sun and get some fresh air. So that was really, really beneficial for me. So when I'm back, I don't mind getting my head back in the books again and just grinding it out for a few more months.
I will have to ask you, there was a particular day you was obviously out there where the internet more or less stopped and broke because of a picture you tweeted out. A mixed response. Just talk to me a little bit about that. I don't want to delve into the political side of things, but I just want to, obviously the response you got, you would have been aware of. Like I said, it was a mixed response.
I think it's always important to do what you do. It's your spirit, innit? You always follow decisions that your gut would tell you to do. So like it's rather than walk by direction, in a sense, you walk by faith because that gut feeling. So just like we was on a tour in Dubai, and I'm open-minded, man. Do you know what I mean? And I have faith in God, but I haven't picked a religion to follow as such. So I just like to explore and learn about different cultures and religions. So, you know, one of my best friends from kids is a Muslim brother. So we was on a tour of Dubai and we was in the mosque, looking at how beautiful the architecture is. And it was his time to do afternoon prayer. So I just held him. I said, look, put a prayer in for me. Do you know what I mean? Everyone needs a little bit of a blessing, wherever it comes from. So we was in the mosque at the time. He said, why don't you join me for prayer? So, you know, you have like an imam, someone that leads prayer. So he was leading the prayer. So I followed the instructions, but I was praying to, even though I was respecting the culture, I was just praying in my own way, but following, you know, the way of Islam in that sense, in like bowing down on my knees and stuff. And it would have been the same if I was in the church. So I think for me, it was definitely with pure intentions, but for others, I can't make up their mind of how they want to interpret it and how they want to explain their reasons for why they may have disliked it. You know where I'm coming from? Because for me, it was just from pure intentions, as I just explained.
The first thing that come out from that picture is that Anthony Joshua has now turned Muslim. So can you just sort of clarify whether that is the case or isn't the case?
I don't want to start clarifying stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I don't think I have to. If I want to be in a mosque, if I want to be in a Catholic church or a church, it's all down to my decision. I don't want to start having to be like, oh, I'm going to church, but guys, I'm not a Christian. That's silly. Do you know what I mean? So I was just in a mosque, and I just wanted to be blessed, to be protected. So I asked my boy to pray for me, and he asked me to join him for prayer. So with all due respect, I followed the culture and the way the religion bowed down to God, and that was what it was.
When I was looking underneath the comments, I saw that one of the first comments was, unfollowed, I won't be going to watch Anthony Joshua anymore.
Well, people need his ticket or her ticket, so, you know, it's no
But
problem.
why would you believe that someone would, you know...
That's why I said to you about the bubble. It's important to get out of the bubble, you know, because when I was out there, I had a long conversation before with someone, just about life and religion. So yeah, it was nice to be out of the bubble. So from where I posted it, mate, when I was away, I was in a pure state, in a place of like relaxation, and my mind was clear. So people that may comment negative things might have seen it in a different light if they was in that conversation with me or had an understanding of why I've done it. But that's why I say I can't always explain why I do things, because I'll be explaining until the cows come home.
But you feel like you don't have to explain? You went to the mosque that day, you pray, end of story. Is that how it is for you?
With like the majority of things I do.
Yeah.
With the majority of things I choose to do. Yeah. And as long as they're with pure intent, 100% I shouldn't explain it. It's a good thing. It's about, and especially like with all the stuff going on in America with the election and stuff, and divide and conquer, that shows like unity. Do you know what I mean? A guy that doesn't practice but connecting with Islam, when it shows unity. So there should be no negative feedback about that when someone's just trying to spread a positive message. I don't see how you can find negative in it. So that's why I don't really entertain it. It'll be too hard to try and explain it.
But in this country, there's so much negative focus on Muslims and Islam.
But when I was out there, I was sitting with people in their full, I think it's Condoras and stuff like that, and they seem like righteous, normal, humble people. Do you know what I mean? So it's a difference. It's a big difference, and you've got a lot of the Brits going out there to visit the country, and it must be beautiful. So it's like, I think you need to get out there and spread. You know, open your eyes to like the other beautiful things in life rather than what's directly in front of you. As I said, when I was actually out there and I lifted my head up from what was directly in front of me, I saw some positive people, and I had some positive conversations, and the Islam that I know is a beautiful thing. The Christianity that I know is a beautiful thing. The Judaism that I know, the Hinduism, it's all beautiful things, man. They preach some nice things.
I was just saying that all that negative stuff that we see and hear in this country, it must be stressed that isn't just that. You know, there is another side to all these cultures that you're talking about and religions you're talking about.
Yeah.
That people need to be aware of everything that goes on rather than just focus on the negative stuff that's portrayed to us. So.
Yeah, but that's and that's why I say like stay humble, because media's media. Don't buy into everything you hear. Do you know what I mean? Like hype and stuff. I know about all that stuff, but you know, it's media, innit? It's part and parcel. It comes with the territory. So yeah, you should just try and look into things a bit deeper and listen. And that's what I said. We had a good conversation. And I've always like had an interest in history, because like all these things. When I talk about religion, there's like a massive sector in life was here way before my existence. So I have a massive interest in history.
Do you want to know my first reaction to when I saw that picture? This is my first reaction. AJ's got his sunglasses on and Skins has got his hat on.
Okay, now I can explain that.
Yeah. That's what I first thought. I didn't think of all this other stuff that people are going on about.
They'll be like, next minute if I had my sunglasses off, they'll say, Anthony's looking 90 degrees to the left, so he's not a real practicing Muslim, so he should be looking 90 degrees to the right. And if he was looking 90, so you can't win. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So anyway, I've been in the sun, so I've got my shades on, and they're comfortable shades. So I got my shades on, and then we were just on a tour of Dubai. So the mosque was actually empty. You know, so it was there just before afternoon prayer and stuff. That's why we got to enter the mosque at that time, because it was empty. And I just had my shades on, so when I asked him to pray, it wasn't like we was planning to pray and I was like, yo, grab a picture for me. It was just a natural thing. You know what I mean? And I took it from my boy Healthy Mindsets page like a week later and posted it. So it wasn't like it was a planned post. It was just a natural, because my spirit felt, yeah, it's a nice thing. I've embraced the culture, and I really like the people that I've met and what they represent. And I thought it would be nice to embrace a different culture at the time. So yeah, that's why the shades are on and Skins had his hat on, because we were just on a day out of touring Dubai. We went Abu Dhabi, we went Dubai, we went Old Dubai. See a lot of different things. Yeah.
Well, you caught a nice town anyway. Someone's going to have a go at me for probably saying that, so... you look well, shall we just say? You look well.
Because I'm black anyway.
What? I was trying not to say it, but I don't know, people think that black people and darker skinned people don't tan.
Yeah.
I hate to burst the bubble, but we do. Yeah, we do.
So I've got a question. What do you class yourself as?
Well, technically, I'm like a Cockney Asian, isn't I?
You're fucked, mate.
No, seriously.
You need to learn history.
No, I know where I'm from.
Cockney Asian. When the fuck did that race ever be.
I've created it today. I've created it today. All right, apples and pears. Apples and pears. No, my mum and dad are from Sri Lanka. I was born here, so I've got the skin complexion from back home in Jaffna, if you know where that is. If you don't, then Google it. Yeah. And but I was born and raised in Essex, so Cockney.
What do you class yourself as on
what do I tick the box on a form? Other.
You're not
Listen, I'm me, so you know I don't tick no box. I leave that box blank.
We need to put this camera down and get you into a history school for a couple of months.
I know more about history than you probably think. But anyway,
I've learned actually today from you then about Cockney Asians.
Yeah, Cockney Asians, Cockney wide boy Asians. Yeah, why not? Why not?
What else is happening? Everything else is good, yeah?
Yeah, just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of things unrelated to you. If that's all right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What have you made of all this? I don't know if you kept up to date with all this Brook Khan stuff that's going on, splits and things and.
Splits?
Yeah, Khan thinking he should be getting 70-30.
50-50, man.
Is that what you think they should be?
Simple. If they want the fight, it's 50-50 down the middle.
But that seems to be the sticking point for why that fight isn't happening.
What, because of percentage splits? Then they obviously don't want to fight.
Eddie Hearn says 50-50.
They'll make money, man. They'll make money. They'll make money.
You like to see that fight, though?
Yeah, 100%. It's good for boxing. As I said, Khan Brook gets mentioned, then 10 people mention that, then 2 people mention AJ Klitschko. So these fights need to happen in boxing because it holds the credibility of the sport. And that's why I try and jump at fights when I can, because I'm never guaranteed to win, but I'm guaranteed to get credit for taking fights. So, and I know it benefits the sport, because remember, man, we're ambassadors of the sport, and without no like Ali, Joe Frazier, and these type of fighters, there'll be no us. So we're just kind of, you know, leading on. So that's why I think Khan and Brook should get the fight on, because it will be a fight that potentially may have never happened. Do you know what I mean? And wonder, what would have happened? What would happen? If it happened, it would be mega. We'll be talking about it for years to come. And they're both from the Cockney Asian community, so do you know what I mean?
Neither of them come under that category. Neither of them do, Anthony. All right, just finally, before I know you've got other things to do today, but just talk to me about what you're doing now in between 29th of April.
I learned from before. It's good because when you're winning, there's going to be opportunities. So through experience and so on and so forth, we've all learned together as like how to manage these opportunities. So right now, we're just over 3 months out. So I started camp, but more so like maintenance, making sure there's no injuries. But what we do is we put the feelers out in advance. So we try and book in a window. So all these opportunities don't just come spontaneously, they're organised. So we're just ticking off all these boxes, ticking off the introduction to training boxes. So when I then float off into camp, everyone in the industry is happy that they had a bit of time and I've done what I've had to do, and I can just focus on the fight. You know.
900,000 buys this does.
900.
Between 850 and 9, that's a guess I'm giving right now. Because I just heard about what your numbers done for Molina.
No.
The second number, because I heard the first number and then it's gone on and on and on.
I know, like everyone's got to eat, man. You know, everyone's eating. We're bringing currency back to boxing. So any FX trading companies out there that want to slap a little logo on my shirt, hit up Freddie.
Your logo space is gone. Alright. I'll just see a size 11 and I fell up to him.
This is my manager here, you gotta speak to the Don Corleone.
Yeah, big up Fred and Andy, by the way. I'm taking
the boss.
Neil is the boss.
The boss.
He's militant as they come. Don't care who you are.
I like it, I rate it.
He is.
I see it.
Alright, Anthony, have you got any closing words?
Shout out to Lawrence Okoli, returning professional. It's big news.
The guy that allegedly dropped you.
Yeah, listen, if he does that, I wish him all the best. Massive talent. And Nicola Adams as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get to spar, so there's no alleged rumours of if she dropped me.
Daniel Dubois, there's rumours about him as well.
He turned pro. Well done for him. And if he allegedly dropped me, I wish him all the best as well. You know, I've got a lot of respect for these guys because you know, they've got a lot on their plate, and I hope they get it right, because they could, what do they say, get to the end of the rainbow and see the pot of gold. So it's massive opportunities for them. So all 3 of them. Then we just see what Joe Joyce does and Joshua Boise.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua, thank you very much for coming to iFilm TV.
Done the big up the Asian community.